Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy property for half of what it's worth and resell it the very next day. Great information and instruction from Jack, that's me.
Inspiration from Jill, that's me.
In this episode, Jill and I talk about how to sell land on eBay. Jack and Jill tell all. Jill, great show. It's a hugely requested topic. Before we start, here's some funny stuff that happened to us recently. My dad gave me a compliment. That's it. That's the whole joke right there.
Oh.
It's the first time.
Oh.
And I, because now I didn't even know if you listened to this thing.
I thought that was interesting. Oh.
He
I
sent
like
me
how it came in. Go, you got to share this.
Well, he just sent me a little encrypted email, and he said, I don't have it in front of me, but he said, I've looked at your stuff online, and I'm very proud of you.
It was really
No
cool.
punctuation.
I love it.
Oh, my dad's he's an older Korean war vet, and he's got his opinions about certain stuff, but
Don't we all?
it seems like, well, I'm glad I'll take the compliment. Let's.
Well, you know what? Just in case he's listening, I'm going to be here and keep you in line.
Yeah. My dad, like everybody, is also in love with Jill. So I can't do anything wrong now.
Aw.
Since she's been around, it's been all peaches and cream. No, I'm just joking.
That was really cool. I love that.
Hey, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Okay. Josh asks, if you purchase properties that have associated back taxes, are you guys finding that you have better luck selling them if you pay off all the back taxes, or just include that in your listing and let the buyer deal with it? I understand this is a personal preference, but I was just curious about what kind of response you guys are getting for the ones with back taxes. It's a great question, and it is personal preference. So, and I go back and forth with it. Sometimes I think it, for me, I'm going to answer here, and I'll let you chime in, Jack.
Yeah.
For me, it kind of depends on the property and depends on how much the taxes are. If it's not a lot, if it's like $43 due in back taxes, I might not do it. But if it's, a couple $100 and it's in back taxes and it's a, large acreage property or something, I might, when they check out, I might wait till that point too and catch them up then. I've certainly done that. I've told people that at the time of purchase, the taxes will be current. So when they pay me the $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000, whatever it is that they're buying the property, I'm going to take out the $497 or whatever it is on back taxes and mail it in at that point. So it is all current for them. And then that way it's nice too, because I really am handing them a current right now today property with the taxes on it. But no matter what, you've got to state that in your posting for two reasons. One, you want to be upfront and honest. And two, you don't want them to have any surprises. It takes a lot of the questions out of it. So many times people, if you don't put anything in your postings about taxes one way or another, if you just say, you're going to get a lot of questions about it. People just naturally will ask you. So even if you are 100% current on the taxes, you want to state that in the posting that this one is current. So do you want to add, Jack, to that?
Yeah, I mean, you very much answered the question in its entirety, in my opinion. But, it depends. If you're starting out and you're strapped for cash, it's not necessary to pay the taxes, especially back east where they're really expensive. Jill nailed it. You just got to make sure you disclose it. Mm-hmm. When you're not even thinking about cash any longer and you're just thinking about doubling and tripling your money on every single deal, that's kind of the situation we've been in for quite some time. You pay all the taxes. You just pay them all right when they come in. I mean, you check to make sure that they're accurate and all that, but so it's for me, it's always been an either or situation. One way or the other, though, you really want to keep track. This is the truth. I haven't not really said this out loud before. Mm-hmm. I have lost properties that I've owned to back tax situations where they literally foreclosed on it. I got the notice, and it just slipped through the cracks. So that's what a lot of years ago. But my point is just have a good system.
Thank you, Jack, for sharing that. Because you know what? I really appreciate that. Because we are real people, and gosh, we make mistakes too.
Right.
So that was a good one that was a very nice one to share with people. That some people ask us what can go wrong. Well, here's one: if you don't pay attention to your mail, you might lose a property.
Honestly, there's been problems. People don't realize this, but you have to check everybody's work. The counties, bless them, bless their heart. They transpose APNs, and when you do send checks in and stuff, you got to make sure that you have the APN in the memo and that you actually write the APN down correctly. I've done that where I paid somebody else's taxes because I wrote the wrong. They don't check. They just get a check in, and they look at the APN and they say, "Oh, bang!" And they apply it to potentially the wrong property. So you just got to cross check everything. That's my whole point. That's
good information too. That's why you're so full of information. I like that, Jack. No, seriously.
I thought you were going to say I was full of something else.
That's why I see you did kind of pause there. You had this look on your face like, that's really funny.
I thought the sentence was going to end.
That's what you're so full of. Here it comes.
That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
That's great.
Hey, if you have any questions or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic, how to sell land on eBay. Jack and Jill tell all. Jill, you go first. You are an expert at this, maybe the expert at this.
Yeah, I don't like eBay. Just kidding.
Oh, there.
I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm teasing. eBay used to be like awesome. Don't even think about it. Gosh, you can get good money for property environment for us. Now it's one of many ways that we use to sell property. And right now, how it's come to be, the best way to use eBay is if you're trying to liquidate, get some cash for something, because you will sell it. You put it up there, especially the way we do it with the, $1 no reserve. That's our favorite way. There's two, the $1 no reserve, 30-day auction, let it ride kind of thing. You will sell it.
That's the only way I do it.
Yeah. Or sometimes I do with some buy it nows, but you don't always sell that way. It's a good way to drive traffic to your website. Put some buy it nows up there, and then you'll get some attraction, some attention because your property. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing.
So it used to be that eBay. I mean, we were for years the largest seller of real estate in the category in the world.
You met Meg,
Meg
right?
Whitman several times. Sat down with her, talked about all kinds of stuff. So but this is back in the day. So I'm not trying to sound like a grandfather here. Times have changed, and we changed with the times. So that was our business model for a decade, and it was awesome. But I see people now trying to make it their business model, and I don't think it's a good idea. eBay back then and even now is a fantastic way to generate a tremendous amount of cash quickly. But I'll tell you, with real estate, you're not going to maximize price. Used to be you could do both. But that's why we have this podcast for Jill and I to just tell the truth and tell it all. If you're going to post $1 no reserve properties all over the place on 30-day auctions like we suggest, you are not going to double your money unless you're buying them for $1.
Right.
So you just have to be. I'm trying to avoid people having disappointment. Mm-hmm. However, if it's a healthy portion of the way you sell property, which is how we use it now. To generate, it's a great advertisement technique. If you have a property out there, that you don't really care about, we have a lot of properties like that. You just keep it out there and generates a ton of traffic to your website. So it's a great tool. Mm-hmm. eBay is a great tool, but it can't be your whole business model. And I see people over and over again in our group try to make it that. And that's why I want to do this show.
Thank you for saying that.
Please don't be disappointed that that's just the only outlet. You can't generate a ton of cash and maximize price at the same time. Right. It just doesn't. It goes against logic.
Well, one of the things that you're famous for saying is true. This should only be one of your things. If you took the effort to make that one eBay posting, you already got the maps, you've already got all the description written, you've got it all figured out because you put it on eBay. Why would you not spend 10 minutes more on each different environment, cut and paste it here in postlets, and make sure it's on your website, and make sure it's on LandWatch, and make sure it's on Land and Farm, and the variety of things that we tell you to do. Copy and paste it everywhere else. I'm sorry you spent 2 more hours. Trust me, it's worth it.
Does it take that long? You think?
Well, I'm just saying, you might spend, if you're new,
okay.
You're new and you're copying and pasting it all over the place. And you want to make sure your photos show up right, and your videos, if you did a video for it, which is always great.
Yeah, she's right. The real time is in the what we call engineering.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 stages to all this: acquisitions, engineering, and sales. So, and all 3 of them are necessary to make money. So I see a lot of people kind of skimping on the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You do the acquisition, which is a blast. You bought it for less than half of what you think it's worth, or you wouldn't buy it at all. And then you put the maps together. You put together a fantastic description, and then you stick it on Craigslist only and wonder why it's not selling. You got to put it on eBay, Craigslist, Trulia, Zillow. If you're a member with us, you put it on the Platinum Seller Club, which is email that goes out. Soon to be posting it on Landstate, which we just revamped. If you want to go to landstate.com, check it out. We've set it up so that it'll end up becoming like a LandWatch scenario where anybody and everyone can input all their stuff. So there's a 10-point list that you should have when you go to sell property. And I just took it's funny that we're talking about this. I watched a string happen in Success Plant. A new member bought a piece of property, celebrated, got all the stuff done, did exactly what he was supposed to do, and put it on Craigslist with no phone number, no email. And then he went out on Success Plant, as he should. He's using Success Plant perfectly. We're actually going to talk about this in detail in the next show. And he said, I don't understand that, everything went great up until now. And everybody all of our other
That's
members
hilarious. We're like,
piped
hello.
in and said, well, you did great up until now. Do this, this, and this. And then it has a Hollywood ending. At the end, he's like, I sold it, but I don't know how to close now. So in the next show, I'm going to walk you through without trying to be boring. I'll walk you through. It's pretty funny.
That's good. Okay, I want to hear more about that.
It ends with a big check.
Okay, good. Cool. Hey, so since we're being honest about eBay, I want to share one more thing for our listeners is I've seen I don't know, I'm trying to think of the politically correct term, but the caliber of buyers is different now.
Hey, just say it, Jill.
Okay. There's a lot of flakes on eBay. Let's just, okay, we're all being honest here. Yeah. There are flakes on eBay. I have seen it, and I watch our people in Success Plant struggle with that too. Like, oh, this guy checked out, didn't pay. Yeah, you know what? The percentages of people not paying has gone up over the years.
You have to budget that.
They flake.
You should budget.
Sometimes they're fake accounts. You got to watch for them.
20 to 30% of the sales on eBay. It costs $90 to do a posting there, by the way, which you can get back, but you got to do paperwork and all that.
Here it is now. They've cracked down. eBay's not as cool too. It's $50 to insert it. $35 when it closes. Yeah. If they don't pay, you get your $35 back, but you do not get your $50 back. They stopped doing that.
And we literally have sold $15 million, literally, plus worth of real estate on eBay. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason that we only have 1 or 2 or 3 properties up there, or 0 in some cases, at a time. That should tell you something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What does that say?
Much better ways to sell real estate this day and age. It all ended around 2009-ish.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason.
And it's not about the fees. I'm not afraid of the fees. I factor that in, but
there's some sites that they're really looking into the future. Right now, Amazon, I'm so impressed with everything they do. You can't sell real estate on there, and I don't think you should. But it's the management and the way that they do things. I'm so impressed, and I have to say that that's just not the case with eBay. Even when you sell other stuff, I don't know where their management went. They aren't showing up for the whole operation any longer.
You're right. And then the PayPal split off, and they've had some issues too. You can't do PayPal for real estate.
I spoke with somebody recently about it who's in the industry, and they said that the vast majority of the money that eBay itself makes is from selling cars, the way that the fees are structured.
Oh, really?
So they really concentrate on that. Yeah, it's not
necklaces and jewelry.
And Tic Tacs and silly little real estate, as they said.
Okay.
So
we're not their focus, and that's okay. So we're gonna. They won't be our focus.
We're here to tell the truth.
Exactly. Good.
Hey, this is the Technical 2. It's 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 transaction experience. Today's topic. Hey, we mentioned it earlier. It's back tax management and why it's ultra important. So let's just kind of say it again. We preluded it in the beginning. Incidentally, the question was the same as the topic now, but You have to have a system to manage your taxes. So that first property, you'll always remember your first property, and you'll memorize. If you're anything like me, you'll know the APN for the rest of your life. But once you get 10, 20, 100, 1,000 properties, tens of thousands like we have and manage, you have to have a system. So whatever that system is, whatever makes sense to you, it might be a yellow piece of paper for some people. It might be a spreadsheet or a relational database. I'm probably coming up on 2 minutes here.
You're fine. No.
You just have to have a system. Because as I mentioned earlier, I have literally had properties fall through the cracks and lost them to a back tax scenario. You're going to get a flood. I should take a picture of. We have a U.S. Postal Service bin of tax bills that come in that get processed.
It's true. It's funny.
It's literally mounds. So you have to really, someone's got to really take a look at that. I learned the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Jill, tell us about some inspiration, please. Or I'm sure you have some inspiration.
Tell us.
I know.
All right. This is something that I've struggled with too. This is a personal moment also. It is better. This is a Jill. I wrote this, by the way. This is not I brought for somebody else. It is better to admit you're not good at something and move on. Jack is cracking up over there. And here's my other little note. And hire that. So that's my personal thing. We all sometimes struggle with, I should get this. I'm smart enough. I should be able to figure this out. I can do this, whatever. You know what? Forget it. Move on. It's okay if you're not good at every single aspect of whatever your project is you're trying to accomplish, and hire that out. For example, some of the people in our group, they are not good on the phone. They're afraid to be on the phone. They're, whatever. That's okay to get your wife, friend, sister.
I want to hear what yours is.
Oh,
because you said it's a personal experience.
Oh, you know what? There's multiple things. How's that, Jack?
I can write down really quickly what you're great at.
Oh, thanks.
This is not
This is not the point of this. This is not a throw Jill under the bus moment.
No. I said I can tell you what you're great at.
Okay, thank you. Well, I appreciate that, but it's
going to veer from being rated G very quickly.
Thank you.
I'm wondering what you're not good at. Like what are you not good at?
No, but I'm just thinking in the business world. There's a lot of things I'm not good at. We won't get into that.
Yeah, I want to get into it.
I don't want to get into it. Okay, give me yours.
Show me yours first.
IT.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, but you know what? True. Hold on a moment. Let me back up here. You think I'm not good at IT, but you're comparing me to you. You compare me to most of our friends. I'm pretty darn good with IT.
All right. Fair enough.
Seriously. So thank you. I show all my friends stuff. My friends are looking to me for IT help.
Yeah.
So let's all put this in perspective here too.
I'm not good at doing deeds. Flat out.
Yes, you are.
I am not. You have never seen me really do a deed, Jill.
Okay.
Have you ever seen me sit
Maybe
down?
there's a reason for that.
You've
done some deeds.
You know why I succeed at doing deeds is because I do them through a mail merge. I don't sit down and read it and type it and read it and type it. Those will come back. The county will send them back. If you run a mail merge like we do, we're actually just about to open a service called Deed Perfect. All premised on the fact that I suck at deeds, and in charge of the lowest in the industry to complete a deed. And that's not a commercial. I really do suck at deeds.
But
using this mail merge thing, which virtually does without errors, if you fill it out, so you just fill out a thing and it kicks a deed out, appropriate deed for the state and the whole thing. So anyway, Jill, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
That's okay. No. I just want everybody to think about this. Just think about in your world.
Check your ego at the door is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just accept what you're good at and accept what you're not so good at.
Perfect, Jack.
And don't get upset about it. Celebrate it. Laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like talking on the phone and I suck at deeds.
Exactly.
And Jill's not the best IT
And then I
person
hired
in the world,
somebody
so
else, and now we're that
cares?
great. Again, I'm not that bad at IT compared to everybody else. You want to see bad. Anyway.
It's better that than being a bad mom.
Right.
You're a great mom.
Thank you. All right.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
And inspiration, that's me.
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
Get there first. Good show, Jill. Everybody wants to talk about eBay for some reason all the time, and I think it's good.
It does come. I gotta say something. I jotted down something when you were doing your technical too. You were talking about remembering your first property, and there's things in your, there's things that you go back 20, 30 years that are in your head.
Yeah, this is a good show.
Yeah, and
This is a good point.
that's not one of them. Like, I cannot really tell you my exact first property. I think because the way I came into it, I was watching you for so much and doing different things. So, like, my first property when I was doing it, the eBay thing, I don't remember. But what I do remember, it's really kind of funny. I remember the tail number of our airplane that we had out at John Wayne Airport. And this just brings tears to my eyes. It was like our family road trips. And it was a Beechcraft Bonanza with has fuel tanks on the wingtips. And I remember the tail number. It was November 5070 Bravo, and I'll never forget that. So if anybody's listening who has November 5070 Bravo, will you please let me know and reach out to me personally? Because I'd like to rent your airplane or go for a ride with you and go to Catalina for lunch or something. I know that plane's out there. Somebody's got it. It was, it's in I think it was built in the 60s. So somebody's still using that plane. So anyway, that just stuck with me.
That's a great memory.
Thank you.
Hey, what's the first and last name of the most recent person that you've met in person to transfer deed for properties that you bought? Quick, don't just think of, just answer.
What's the question?
What's the first and last name of the person that you met in person for recently to buy a piece of property or properties?
Oh, I can see her, but I can't think of her name.
Oh, I thought you would know it.
No,
you
I
always
don't.
remember everyone's name, and I always remember.
I
I know the properties.
I can tell you the Starbucks
I
we met
remember
at,
the properties,
and the money going to her daughter. Shucks, I can't remember.
because you're usually so good with names. All right, that was a test.
That was good. Yeah, I felt sorry.
Jack and Jill, information and inspiration. Let's go buy some property.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.